Gather round, it's Mega Podcast 2000!
Hey there, hi there, welcome to the show's Mega Podcast 2K, the hottest pod in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Seth, sitting across from Dana. We're at the crib. How are you doing, Dana?
I'm wonderful. We're at the stew, all lit up with all of the lights.
All of the lights.
You know, it's good vibes. All the rain's gone. It's still a little cold. Had a little cold front come through here, hit us up. I think we're going to get some 70-degree weather here in like Wednesday, Thursday. So, be nice. And at least the sun's out. So, I'm happy about that. It's always good when the sun's out when we do the pod. I feel like get off better vibes and energy, you know?
100%. It's one of those days, and there's a word for it in like Swedish where it's like the day looks better through the window.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh, I'm checking some stuff. Let's see.
Yeah. We are goated. We have been goated.
There you go.
By the
goated
masses.
for life. Yeah, it's been beautiful. It's just I'm going a little stir crazy. I started therapy. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now a therapy goer, which is cool. It's kind of like doing the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do it right here. This is the therapy spot, the seat for the YouTube viewers, and you just talk to a stranger right now about your fucking problems. It's really, I mean, I've only gone twice, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It's good, but it's not as exciting as you would think.
As they make it inside like series or something, talking to a shrink, how they make it seem so comical sometimes,
It is,
or cynical. Either way, sometimes. Since you're watching that new show, Shrink, is it anything like
Shrinking? What was it? The client?
even
or
in The Sopranos where he has sex with the therapist?
Yeah.
You know what
Well,
I'm
it's a
saying?
male.
Oh well, yeah, I wasn't.
But I mean, hey,
insinuating.
look, nothing wrong with
I wasn't
gay sex.
insinuating. I was just saying, there's always a therapist in like an epic type of series or some sort, you know.
Well, I was even saying that I was like, therapy's so hot right now, and it does seem like in the movies and stuff, yeah, it's like it's just rapid. It's just so rapid.
Well, the one with Steve Carell.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. What is the name of that? The Patient. The Patient, which is very good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's interesting. It just is like a slower pace, you know. It's like I feel like you're really. I mean, after 2 sessions, it's like nothing was achieved, you know. But it's more like I think he's just like researching me, you know, and being like, all right, analyzing, you know, if you will. But it's still good, and it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the exact same cost as when I went to the physical therapist for my back multiple times. So it's like kind of like, you know, just taking care of your brain.
No, you
know?
need to. I did a report in public health on men therapy. There's actually a site called Men Therapy based out of Colorado, and they make kind of like masculine and jokes about, you know, suicide and men therapy, which I think is kind of like lame.
Yeah.
A way to introduce men to go get, you know, checked out health wise, because like even on their man therapy site it says you need to go get your mental health, your brain checked out. It's like brain inspection,
Right.
it's like well, how about just calling it mental health, you know, go see a therapist, you know. It's like you don't have to deliver it in such a masculine way to get men to seek therapy. Maybe it might work for like, you know, your father's father.
Yeah.
But in 2023, I think you can just say, yeah, every man might need some mental therapy, you know?
Yeah, I think everybody does.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I'm discovering though after 2 sessions is I'm not as crazy as I thought I was, which is kind of a bummer, you know, because if I was like crazy, I would at least be like, well, it's because I'm crazy. You know? Oh, I'm an asshole, but it's because I'm crazy.
Right.
You know?
This is going to tie into perfect to one of the episodes we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's funny.
It would just be nice to be like, yeah, you know?
It's when I went to the dentist and I thought I had horrible teeth, right? In all reality, my teeth are not that bad. It could be way better.
Yeah.
But you know, the dentist is like, "Are you serious?" Like,
yeah, there's no big deal.
Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, it's like your brain, you know, we just self-diagnose, you know, because it's, I think because therapy is so common and popular, we know the terms, you know, this doesn't serve me anymore and these things, you know, and it's like we try to act like we're our own therapists and we get it completely wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool though. I mean, I don't know. It's way easier than I thought. It's literally like a dating app, like trying to find a therapist, and you can call them and it's like you can talk to them for like 15 minutes and just kind of assess like, oh, is this a cool person? Because I think you can kind of figure that out.
Right.
And they have like little profiles and they say like, you know, where they like to eat, you know, and you could take them to dinner and stuff like that. And some of them pay for extra after hours stuff, hotel rooms and things. Hey man, whatever works.
We'll get into something else that we don't think we need to.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what I mean? Don't judge me.
Today I'm trying to sell out. Okay. I think I might be trying to get
on there. Is it
the Fiji sponsorship today? So if you're out there, Fiji, listening, anybody, you know, we'll take that.
100%. Give me some Fiji water.
Yeah.
Give me some of that
I think every day I'll have a little sellout piece for the pot.
And here, community coffee. Louisiana's very own coffee grown in...
Do you really buy Louisiana coffee?
Yeah.
Yo, you are straight up loyal.
Community coffee.
They might even give you the key to the state for
Every
that.
cup begins with community.
That's loyal, because I don't know if everybody that is from Louisiana is doing that.
I guarantee there's a lot of us.
You think that are doing that are still buying Louisiana coffee, like beans?
Same as like Abita beer, which like I'll support. I don't really like Abita, but also it's just like home team, you know? It's like might as well be buying the Saints something or also shout out UL Lafayette for sucking it up in the first round.
Yeah. I was thinking about you and that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was watching it. We were horrible.
At least you made it in there. So
yeah, I was excited, but we were horrible.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, but you got to support. I mean, that's all we do. We make coffee, sugar, and
produce good UFC fighters.
Oil, and Daniel Cormier and with Dustin Poirier. So let's go. Let's get into this bitch. Enough about all this bullshit. Sure. One thing that's funny, side note, we had all these errors that we're like talking about during the show. We just need to like not mention them because I like fix them all, and then it's like if you're listening, you're like, "What are you talking about?"
They're going crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, here it goes again, you know. But it sounds perfect once I go and fix it. It's just more of a pain in the ass.
Okay, don't mention any
if things
technical
go wrong,
difficulties. Just run with it.
Yeah,
I'll act like
we'll have a signal, you know, or a safe word.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk about this throwback movie, Michael Clayton.
Nice. I like how we start off with throwbacks because I always watch something throwback to start off. After I leave the pod, something always initially throwback starts off my week.
100%.
To come in here to talk about something. So go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. And sometimes I just get in the mood too to like watch like a classic. And I was on HBO recently added. Michael Clayton's on that bitch. What's his name? George Clooney's Glorious Face is on the cover with like the text in front. And I'm like, oh, that is the exact same kind of thumbnail or movie poster as The Social Network. Same kind of thing. And I'm like, damn, that's a dope, you know, it looks dope. And then I'm like, you know what? I've never seen it. And clicked it. And this movie starts so strong. And I mean, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. It came out, I believe, in 2007. Might have been 2008. It was in the 2008 Oscars. But,
what's it called again?
Michael Clayton.
Michael Clayton.
But this movie, just right off the jump, I mean, I was hooked because it's about, you quickly find out he's like a fixer. He's like
2007.
2007. Okay, yeah, because it was nominated for like 7 Academy Awards.
Yes, 91% on Rotten, 82% on TV Guide. Where they come from? 7.2 on IMDb. So yeah, it's got high ratings.
Yeah, and there's some stuff I'm gonna tie into some modern things.
George Clooney. Mm-hmm. Love him.
Tilda Swinton.
Oh, you know what? What were they? They were both in with the Brad Pitt and Burn After Reading. Got it.
Well,
is that coincidental that they're maybe?
No, it's not actually, because Tilda Swinton was doing really weird art house European movies.
I've seen a few. Yeah.
And then
I love her though.
Michael Clayton was kind of her first like step into like American cinema, more like popular cinema.
Okay.
And then after that, she did Burn After Reading. She started doing more like American stuff. I think she was. Remember?
What was the one where she was the samurai walking around all creepy like, and like these aliens were taking over, and she was just super weird, and she was like,
The Dead also died.
Yeah, something weird. It was just like you said,
Jarmusch.
just but some like weird European, and that's exactly what it was.
The Dead. It had Adam Driver,
Selena
Gomez, Bill Murray.
You've seen it. That's right. You've seen it. Yeah, yeah.
It was Jim Jarmusch was the director.
Constantine.
But she was in Constantine, right in that area, and that's where like I kind of really remember her from.
Doctor Strange.
Remember? Hell yeah. Well, that's the thing is now she's kind of just all over.
She is. Yeah, no, but you're right. She was in that type of
weird roles, and then she started kind of coming into the American.
I think she's
like
a very
Hollywood.
She's a hell of an actress, straight up.
She's a shit, and I actually watched a recent movie, and I'll get into that. I'll talk about it. I didn't really like it at all. Later in the show.
Yeah, I haven't seen Michael Clayton. I might have to check this out though.
So basically he's a fixer. To me, I didn't know what it was about. And then you quickly learn he's like somebody that like Donald Trump would call if Donald Trump like killed a hooker. You know what I mean?
Like Michael Cohen or something.
Yes, exactly. And so it's like, I think, and because I'm a little older now than when this came out, I was 17. So it's like, it kind of was just not up my alley at the time. But now with all the things that I've seen and learned about like all these high up people and how they're all trash, you find out like, they have this like degenerate lawyer who will kind of do anything to like fix the problems.
Playing devil advocate a little bit.
Okay, so now let me get into that. That's a great thing you just said, because Tony Gilroy, the director and writer, wrote The Devil's Advocate.
Oh, okay, there we go. That sounds okay.
And so that's what I really wanted to talk about. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's just a classic. It's got some great lines in it. Amazing acting. Tight story. It has some cliches, but I'll let it slide. It's beautiful. It takes place in New York City.
I love. We love that.
You really can't beat that. But this guy Tony Gilroy, the director, he wrote The Devil's Advocate. He wrote Armageddon. Apparently that was a book.
Yeah.
He adapted that.
All the Bournes.
He wrote all the Bourne
Love
identities.
Rogue One,
and then he is the showrunner for Andor.
Nice.
So
this dude's putting in work.
Yeah, Tony Gilroy. This guy's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he's 66 years old.
Yeah,
he's from New York.
He's awesome, dude. He's just a prolific writer, and all he does is like political type drama. So like Andor, how Andor is like real serious.
Bourne is essentially a whole political,
espionage. Yeah. So I'm gonna look more into this guy's work, even though I've kind of seen a lot of it already.
Yeah.
But shout out Michael Clayton. I mean, I think it's a force wiper.
21.5 mil was the budget. This shit boxed off at 93.
Yeah, and with inflation,
that was a lot of that's a lot of dough at that time.
And the other thing, so I'm like, how did this not like win more Oscars? And I'm looking, and it's like 2008 Oscars. There Will Be Blood, No Country for Old Men. They basically swept everything, and then like Javier Bardem won like best actor or supporting actor. I'm pretty sure Daniel Day-Lewis, I think he won best actor, for There Will Be Blood. I mean, that got best original screenplay.
It won a lot of awards at some award called BAFTA.
The British Arts.
It cleaned up a lot of awards at that.
BAFTA. That's a good one. I mean, that's legit.
That's
BAFTA's
what it said. It cleaned up. Yeah.
So this movie's awesome. I would just highly recommend it. I'm kind of ashamed of myself for not checking out Force Wiper. It's
on HBO. If you
it got buried. It was just fucking Ratatouille came out that year. I mean, 2007
was a year.
Yes, and it's kind of like 2019, and kind of like this year with the Oscars. Sometimes you just got some hitters,
and
it sucks, and then sometimes you got 2020 Oscars and Coda wins. So no one cares about that movie. So that's Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton.
I went ahead and watched. We're gonna hit it twice. It's okay. Bloodsport.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was just one of the things that was on new release, I think, on Netflix. It was just like, new on Netflix. My Shidoshi. It's our boy, Frank Duke, which is actually based on a true story. We know.
Nuh-uh.
Frank Duke's not?
He's a liar.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's a liar.
Fucking liar.
That's right. I forgot that it did come out. Yeah. What he based it on. The movie is based on a lie. But his classic split kicks that you love from Jean-Claude Van Damme.
There's a montage that's so funny.
They had the best 80s music. I'm talking about. You can go the
chase scene. Have you seen that with the Mentos commercial yet?
I mean, classic. It was just Forrest Whitaker.
Young. Probably one of his first movies.
Yeah, maybe.
Had to be.
It's just a classic. A U.S. soldier, Frank Dude, Jean-Claude Van Damme, has to go to Hong Kong to be accepted into the Kumite. Remember when he does the death touch? And this movie's so stereotypical, right?
No.
They got the classic Harley Davidson American.
Right? As a kid, him and the little like monkey guy, they were like my favorite. They were just.
But he got snapped in half by the sumo wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, and that guy.
Remember,
incredible.
He was like,
yeah.
I felt bad. My favorite guy was the Saget impersonator because they had the Saget guy. It was a Muay Thai guy. It's like just a Saget.
Oh, from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It
was just they had your typical Yokozuna, or they had the Honda guy was the wrestler sumo guy who snapped the monkey guys. Know. So
well, that guy's also in that Bruce Lee movie.
That's Bolo.
Yeah. Oh,
Bolo is the antagonist at the end who Jean-Claude Van Damme is eventually. He steps on the Harley guy's head,
But he lives.
And he lives. Yeah, he lives. We just spoiled it.
This is Bloodsport, bro.
Okay.
Like, if you haven't seen Bloodsport, like, are you American?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's such a classic.
It's kind of like Roadhouse. I watched that recently. Like,
Roadhouse, exactly. Yeah, it's just a classic.
Like,
I don't know what else you want me to say about it. I mean, I think the reviews don't do it justice.
It got bad reviews?
It's got 46% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's bullshit.
That's
complete bullshit.
Yeah, that's the one I don't agree with at all. Because IMDb has it ranked pretty good at 6.8. That's fairly ranked right there. Out of 10, that's about right. And even Voodoo has it at 4.5 out of 5. So it's weird that Rotten Tomato has it at 46%.
Well, I think Voodoo's going to be more modern.
Okay.
I think Rotten Tomatoes, they probably found like old reviews of when it actually came out
and was like,
nah. Because I mean, now it's just like, it's kind of like, I don't know. There's like kind of like Roadhouse, kind of like Tremors.
Yeah, Tremors.
Like it's just
how can you not deny it? Hot Shot Part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like these are just ones you watch.
They're cult classics.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you call it it's just a classic.
Yeah,
classic martial arts movie, and Jean-Claude Van Damme is just like a legend in that.
I'm gonna give it he's blind in one of the scenes. Then the montage comes on.
The acting's, you get to see how he trained. The acting's horrible. I mean, it's awful. Great movie.
It is horrible. It's very
and then it's fake. It's all fake. It's this guy Frank Dukes or whatever is a fraud.
Yeah,
complete fraud.
Because at the end of the movie they said based on a real story by Frank Dukes who won this many fights or whatever.
Oh, and it was like 100 something. It was like a lot. It was like 500 fights. Yeah, movies. It's so,
But the Kumite is actual real event. But did this guy ever make it there? I doubt that an American made it over to a triad ran underground martial art competition. Because I highly doubt 2 Americans would be able to get into this competition at the time. Oh, yeah,
it's absurd. It's awesome, though. Yeah. That's the thing. The 80s were just so free, and I want to get back there where it's like we don't have to justify how, like, it's fake.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
we knew it was fake watching it, right? But even the shots in Hong Kong, him running, like you said, the running scene, the boats, how he's running through them. I mean, all that to me is fire. You know what I'm saying? The shots and the angles from there.
And then he, like, looks back and, like, Mentos fresh and full of life.
That's the throwback for y'all today.
Beautiful.
That was good.
Fucking love it.
Let's go.
Shoo! All right, next up we have. Did I do Chad and JT?
Yeah.
Go deep.
Yeah. Okay, so I have notes about this. This one was. I
like.
I took them as I'm watching the show. So this one is a Netflix. It's similar to Borat. So. It's a mockumentary, which is weird because, fun fact, rockumentary is an actual word, but mockumentary is not. It's not a real word. So, but it's actually, which if y'all know, it's a documentary. It's making fun of.
Well, mockumentary is a word now.
Well, now, but when you type it in, it comes up in red. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
man, fuck autocorrect.
Whatever. So it's like a kind of version. It's like. You know, Borat, the joke was kind of like awkwardness, whereas Chad and JT, it's more focused on them. Mm-hmm. So it's like their activisms. Like they like just go out and do activism on like, so the couple episodes, I don't want to give them all away, but one of them is like, and it's in California. So, you know, Chad Kroger, well, he bases his name off the singer from Nickelback. That's why it's even hilarious. So Chad and JT, they live in California and they're activists. So they just do all types of activist things throughout their series, right? Like I said, it's a mockumentary. So it just comes back on them. Like, so they're just 2 California guys doing activism. The one episode that got me the most was they call these people in a group that we all probably have. They call them Smoles. They're called Smoles. They're like the one people in the group that you guys kind of make fun of, or you're like, he's the one that's a little different, but he's part of the group. He balances it out. Right. Right? He's the guy that, you know, if you're hanging out, Smoles. He's like, you know, alone, he's like, you're like, well, he's not that cool. Like, but when he's with a group of people, he's with y'all. You know, he's your dude. He can do things, and you're like, that's our guy. Yeah. You know, you all understand. He's like, y'all might call him weird. Nerd, but they call them schmoles. So they come up with this QR code and they go to the public. They always go to the public board meeting and they say, hey, I'm Chad. What up, board? We want to come up with this plan to send all the schmoles to Smole Island, you know? So we came up with this plan. We make a QR code and bandanas where they can go to Catalina and get all discounts, where all the Smoles can be on one place and we can have all the cool people in California, this one part of California. So they send their friend to Catalina, drop him off because he's a Smole. And then JT becomes Smoles. So they go back to the board. It's funny because, like I said, it's a mockumentary. So it's all set up like real, like they're, you know, so they go to a city board meeting and they're like, we just realized that we did something wrong. We're becoming Smoles. The things that we didn't want to be. But the reactions on people's face as they're doing these mockumentaries. Yeah.
That's why hilarious. I know exactly the show now. I have to look it up. It's Tim and Eric, I think, are the producers for them. But they're like Impractical Jokers and stuff like
Essentially,
that.
Those
shows make me so uncomfortable.
But it's not. This is why I said it's similar to Borat, but not, because you know how Borat made you on. No, that was the purpose. This is like funny. Like it's on them. They're not pranking anyone else. It's on them. Yeah. Everything they do is on them. It's not. So, like I said, when they're doing things, it's themselves. Yeah,
they're not making other people look stupid.
Awkward. It's on them. That's what makes this.
Yeah,
hilarious.
They're the butt of the joke.
They're the butt of the jokes. I mean, Chad Kroger. Most people don't even know that's the lead singer of Nickelback. Like, he's literally making fun of himself one of the named dude Chad. Like it's not his real name, but he was like, "Where'd you get the name from?" He's like, "Nickelback from lead singer from Nickelback." You know what I'm saying? I love that because I hate Nickelback. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't like it.
Never made it as a white man. Is that what he says?
I guess.
You've never listened to Nickelback?
I don't like them at all, but I think that's one of the lines.
Never made it as a white man. I wish I had my echo. Hold on. Never made it as a white man.
Yeah. So they do a whole scene of
this
driving.
This is how you remind me.
You actually sound like them too. Like
yeah, no, I wish.
Buttrock, you know, that's what we call that.
One of my Buttrock?
Yeah, back home we call it Buttrock because it sounds like shit. Yeah.
Buttrock sounds awesome though.
To some people. Buttrock involves Nickelback,
Creed.
Creed.
Is Avenged Sevenfold a part of that?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Puddle of Mud.
Yeah. You're naming all the Buttrocks. Keep them going. Yeah.
I don't want to get one wrong. Like,
no, you're on roll right now.
Papa Roach cool?
Ooh, you're hitting another one. Let's go.
I'm just going down like
you're hitting them hard, bro. Let's
list.
go. Buttrock. You hit him. That's like 5 right there.
Yeah, I think that's all I got.
All right. Anyways, so that was good. Give yourself a round of applause for that one. You named a lot of Buttrocks, you know. Yeah. But so this is a very, very, I'm going to give this on a funny swipe Netflix must watch for swipe because it's that funny. It's full circle for me because they do a whole like Hollywood scene where they're giving people a ride that they threw on like seeing people's houses. Yeah, they take them to all the sites where Fast and Furious were done in.
That's kind of awesome though.
Like
that Asian.
They're like, this is where
archway.
Toretto and Letty meet, or Brian and Letty meet for the first time, where he orders tuna fish salad, and they're all like, we want to see like rich people houses,
like it's that diner.
Yeah, they go to all the spots. They go to all the spots. Every time they do it, they stop at one spot, and everybody's like, "Yeah, is this going to be the whole Fast?" And they're like, "No, we're just gonna, you know." He said, "Yeah, this is the bike scene where Toretto knocks him off the hill, and he flies over. And it's a pretty cool scene."
That's
so. I'm
rad.
just saying, it's a.
Okay.
I think it's a must watch. It's a force. It's not that long. Each episode's like 16 minutes, 17 minutes. So it's like real quick. You can watch it in like today after this and like, boom, you're done.
All right. JT and wait, was it Chad and JT go
deep?
Deep.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. See, let me try. Chad and JT go deep. See, I helped you out.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, because
maybe the reverb will work for me later because just sometimes it just, I don't know, it's just wild.
What? Nothing's happening. Remember, you're supposed to act like it's. You can add it
nothing.
In there.
Yeah. It works.
Yeah, we're all with it. Yo, this is funny. I think you'll like it. I really do. I think you won't find it awkward. I think you'll like because it's on them. I think because you won't feel like they're being weird.
Well, I like their sense of humor. Sounds funny.
Yeah, you'll like Small Island.
Schmoles. That's a new word for me.
Yeah.
Okay, next up I have Swarm. From Schmole to Swarm. This is the new Childish Gambino, and then also this woman, Janine Neighbors, TV show about a young lady who becomes a serial killer. And the reason kind of why is because she is a mega fan of this singer named Nyjah, which is supposed to be like Beyonce.
I saw previews for this.
Yeah, she
the dude from Snowcloud or Snowfall is in this.
Yes. There's a lot of interesting people that come in and out. Well, they have, so just to get into Billie Eilish is in it for one episode. She's awesome. Like, that girl can act. Like, she does like a one-on-one scene and she's incredible. I'm like, because there's like, it's crazy because like I think it's so difficult to be an actor, and it's like, look at Andre 3000. I don't think he's like good in anything. I just don't.
I liked him in Four Brothers. I thought he was the most I think honestly, out of Four Brothers, he probably had was the best actor in the whole thing. I'm gonna just be real.
Marky Mark?
Nah, Marky Mark was Marky Mark.
Okay,
right?
But like
even Tyrese.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's just like when Tyrese is acting, it's like clearly Tyrese. You know what I mean? Doing Tyrese. It's kind of like Will Smith. You know, it's not. He didn't have much range, I guess. Even though Baby Boy is like a classic.
Well, he did that recent one on Netflix where he was like trying to help that cop out. I forgot. It was like he tried to play like an older, person. It came out on Netflix. Remember, she saw
No, you're talking about Morbius.
No,
He was in Morbius, bro.
But he was in a recent Netflix movie that came out maybe like 2-3 years ago. But yeah, it's okay. But yeah, he was in Morbius. I forgot about that. Yeah, that you said that. I can't. The mustache. I'm trying to forget about that.
Yeah.
He was a detective. Yeah, that was horrible.
But let's not compare Billie Eilish to these people. She is incredible in it, and I was kind of blown away.
Better than Kid Cudi?
Yeah, exactly. Way better. Because it feels like they're acting. You know what I mean? When like Kid Cudi like says his lines, it just doesn't feel natural and authentic. And I mean, it's kind of crazy how some people just got a talent. So she's in it.
I didn't really know what you were talking about until I looked at it now. Now I saw the preview because they show it like she's happy, and then I remember the previews, and then she goes crazy and shit. Yeah, so I haven't seen it, but I do remember the preview.
Yeah, she's unhinged. But another person in Rory Culkin, that's Macaulay Culkin's brother's in it for a little bit. Paris Jackson, that's Michael Jackson's daughter. There's a really funny meta line where she identifies as black, and the main character, her name's Drea, or I think it's Andrea, but she just goes by Dre.
Yeah, Dominique Fishback. She was in Judas.
In the Black Messiah. Yeah, she was Fred Hampton's
and in Power
wife.
on Netflix.
Yes, I think that was her first movie. She's like the girl who is getting. She was in.
She's in that new Apple series with not Morgan Freeman, but Samuel Jackson. The Last Days of the Polygamy Greg, whatever. I haven't watched it, but I know she's in that because I've seen previews of her in it. So,
no, she's awesome. But wait, Paris Jackson though has a funny joke where she identifies as black, and she's clearly white, but it's kind of a meta joke because Michael Jackson is her father.
Right.
Who knows if he's actually genetically her father? They don't look alike at all, but it's great. They have all these people, but yes. Dominique Fishback is the main actress. She's also gonna be a huge star.
Coming
I think.
Out. Yeah,
I mean, she had to go there, and I think. I read that Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, was saying that he wanted people who were not scared to like. He was saying that they're real actors. Chloe Bailey's in it as well, who's very attractive. She plays her best friend. And I mean, they have to do some uncomfortable things. And I mean, at one point, Andrea is like a stripper, and then you also see her. She has to do so many uncomfortable things in this show, and she is a serial killer. She is a psychopath. It reminded me of Assassination of Gianni Versace a lot.
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that the show lacked though is a separate narrative, because in the Assassination of Gianni Versace, you have the Gianni Versace storyline, and then you have, I forgot his name, but the serial killer storyline. In this, you're just really with the serial killer the whole time, and you're watching her she's just kind of on a road trip. Just laying low, doing like odd jobs and meeting weird people, which is a cool premise. But I will say the last couple episodes kind of falls off, which it tends to happen. But I mean, I was hooked. 30-minute episodes. It's shot on film. It looks great. It is basically like a spiritual successor to Atlanta. I mean, there's even like a mockumentary episode where it's like a true crime, like First 48 type mockumentary episode. Just kind of the weird hijinks she gets into, and sometimes it gets spiritual and things like that. I mean, you could tell it's like Donald Glover, and even the showrunner, her name, I forgot it already, Janine Neighbors. She was a co-executive producer of Atlanta and wrote an episode in season 3, the one where they were like doing the blackface in Holland.
Oh god, so weird.
Yeah, she wrote that episode. So it feels like another Atlanta show.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing though?
I think one thing that
That's what I like about Jordan. I think he tries to like separate himself sometimes from the things that you think he's going to do.
some of it, and that's the thing. Some of it actually, the soundtrack sounded like straight out of Us and like things like that. I don't know. I'm cool with it. I liked Atlanta so much. I'm kind of cool with it. It does feel like it does. I think you're right. Like it needs its own personality. It needs its own like thing. You can't keep creating this universe, and I think that's why Jordan Peele with Nope went like a completely like different direction. But I don't think this show, though, I mean, looks wise, it reminds me of Atlanta and stuff, but it's not that much about race and stuff, as much about race. And it does have that look, but like it's cool because in this, they go to like LA. It's based out of Houston, which is like where Beyonce's from. So there's like some cool Houston stuff in it, kind of like Mo. Of course, they end up coming back to Atlanta. There's a really funny line that hit home, and there's a dad, and he's like talking about their cousin who's trying to work in film, who's a bartender in Inman Park, and I was like,
"Whoa,
damn!"
that is,
I was like, "Wow, that's on the nose."
Yeah, sounds like someone we know.
Yeah, and they talk about Cabbage Town, like all the areas of Atlanta, but. I mean, the show's great. 30-minute episodes on Amazon Prime. It's kind of bizarre because it feels like an FX show, But apparently, Donald Glover signed a huge deal with Amazon to make.
Amazon's trying to compete with because Netflix is just like. As after we talk about next one, but Netflix is on a roll.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then the music is really good. I think it's cool when you have like a fake artist, Nija, and then like they made like tracks.
Side note, who do you think's better writer? Jordan? Childish?
Jordan Peele, easy. I mean, that's easy to me. Oh, yeah. I mean, Get Out. And it's just period.
Yeah.
I
like you said that period.
Like Get Out. Yeah. It's just that's pretty much a masterpiece. Yeah. And then, I mean, I still, despite it getting no Oscar nominations, I still think Nope is one of my top 3 movies of the year.
I love your conviction on him.
I think we're
better actor.
Oh, Daniel Kaluuya? Or wait, what do you mean?
No, I'm saying between Jordan, I'm still in Donald Glover. I'm just those two because they're both prolific in what they do.
Yeah.
But if you had to A-B them next to each other.
Oh, definitely Childish Gambino.
Better actor?
Yeah, he's just had more dramatic roles. Jordan Peele's had a few, but he's mainly done comedy. But the thing is, like, I mean, Key and Peele, though, comedy writing, I don't know. I mean, that's some fucking genius ass shit, too. It's a tough one. I would like to see
Community
them someday.
versus Key and Peele.
I would like to see a team up where it's like, Donald Glover.
I think they're too
big egos.
Yeah, same thing. Reason why Dave Chappelle never linked up with Key and Peele because they were both like.
Well, remember he said they were stealing his
show.
I mean,
it kind of was. I mean, it was a piece off of it. It's okay. Everybody makes a piece off something,
though, because
the little snip scenarios of what Dave Chappelle would do.
But that's problematic to me because. Right now, it's like one of those things like, so we're comparing Donald Glover and Jordan Peele. But at the same time, it's like, honestly, it's kind of like when they pit like female rappers against each other.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, this is a great thing. We have 2 fucking amazing African-American directors, writers. Like, this is what we want.
No, we do want it, but we can't help that Dave Chappelle feels like it's a little. I mean, it's okay. I feel like it's okay to be like, yeah, we pay homage. It's not the same. But there's not really necessarily the same, but they do have the same layout.
But like,
it's like,
right, it's a sketch show.
Yeah,
but so was Mr. Show. Kids in the Hall. You know what I mean? There's been a ton of sketch shows. It was just
there's only one Saturday Night Live like that.
Well, no, there was Mad TV, which.
I guess,
Jordan Peele was a writer on
that, yeah.
And Key also was on it. But I just think Chappelle was like the first, like,
It's like, who was the first person to do the Daily Show? Like, how many versions? Who was the first person to do a late night show? And Jay Leno? Are we going to be respects to Jay Leno? Was he the first? Or was it?
Then you got, what's his name? Carson.
That's what I'm saying is like but all of them are somewhat a resemblance of someone else's, a fraction of like They kind of resemble that, or it's kind of like that. Like, I feel like Jimmy Kimmel's show was at the height, but Jimmy Fallon's show is better. Even though it might resemble the same thing, same band, they have their own musicians, they have, almost similar twists, but who does it a little bit better? Also, I think Key and Peele it's just that version was their version of what they do. They took how one was half white, half black, and they took that and made that's what there was. So I agree. It's not the same on that aspect, but I can see how Dave Chappelle would see.
I think he's just salty.
Oh, no doubt.
Because he was like, he passed up the bag.
He passed it up.
And then they were willing to take the bag from the same company, Comedy Central. So he was just salty. And also salty that they actually did a good job.
No, they did.
Because it was not, of course, it's not the same show.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same show. It's like maybe the format might be, it's just like,
when they would like talk to the crowd.
Right, it's like, well, that kind of what Chappelle did for a little bit, and then go back, tell you a little script, boom, hit you with another one.
But to me, it's like, why can't we have both?
No, exactly. I agree. I was only saying we're subtopicing here because I think Jordan and Childers are almost like the same, like you said. But they, in their own way, they're different though. Like, like you said, you get up, mic drop.
Yeah.
You haven't really Donald Glover's really haven't really did anything was like.
Well, Atlanta to me
is
that's
incredible. A series, right?
Yeah,
but it's like Get Up was a movie.
Get Out,
or Get Out. I'm sorry. And you said, man, that thing came out and it was like game changer. Like you said, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the thing is Get Out opened the doors for this show. Like they were talking about like this is the first like show where it's like a black woman that's a serial killer. We've never really seen
this is true.
No,
this is true.
And what's cool though is like there's one scene where this guy's coming through the door and it's like straight out The Shining. I'm like
classic.
It's like that's when Jack Nicholson's trying to get into the bathroom. It's the exact
door goes that. Yeah, it's classic.
It's like straight out. And it's like it's just awesome. Like I love violent, like horror, like American Psycho. Like those are always like the most fascinating characters. And it's just awesome that we have this kind of
those
these
two.
Kind of things.
If they teamed up, Donald Glover and Jordan. I mean, you know what kind of movie that'd probably make? Be like crazy.
But you also got to think about this lady as well, though. Neighbors. What's her name? Janine Neighbors. I mean, she's like Quinta Brunson. You know what I mean? Like we have two women, black women, who are like showrunners for, I think, two great shows. Very different, but great shows. So, like, a lot of progress is happening right before our eyes. You know?
Well, we're seeing a lot of up and coming black movie actors,
like storytellers.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But even outside of that, I think it's a really good show through and through. It's a lot of fun. And it's just, I don't know. I think
it's got good ratings.
I just think that Gambino or Glover, whatever you want to call him, Donald Glover, has his pulse on like what we experience, like being like, in your 20s to like 40s in America. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening. Yeah. He has his pulse on society on Twitter. I get that.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't feel late,
He's on time.
Yeah. Yeah. And the show kind of actually takes place. It starts in 2016 up until basically now.
Okay.
So you just kind of see like, I don't know, it's just with the culture, So it's a good show. Check it out.
That's good.
Also check out the album.
That was actually louder this time.
It was.
That's so weird.
I mean,
was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Okay, next up, we have Luther. Fallen
As you all
Son.
have known, I don't know what it is, but Netflix is like, they're signing people like left and right for contract deals for movies. I think Adam Sandler has another one coming out. They're just pumping out movies right now, and I'm loving it because it's like every week you get something that should be a box office. Now, let me tell you, the start of Luther should be the whole movie. This should have never came out on Netflix. This should have just been movie release. That's how good this was.
Yeah.
Like, mind-blowing. Graphics.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, the act from Beast to this is like
a glow up in a way. Or
it's like I had to put out, like, if you sign a record deal and they say you got to do 3 records and one of them's got to be a bummer. Beast was the bummer. And then this one right here was a smash hit.
Okay.
Because
wait,
he's on another level. I mean, this show originally is on BritBox, so this is a Brit show. I am now currently going to be binging this show. It's on Hulu right now. It has 11 days left. It's a serial killer terrorizes London while a disgraced detective, John Luther, sits behind bars, haunted by his failures to capture a cyber psycho who now haunts him. Luther decides to break out of prison and finish the job, essentially. But like the shots are like, I'm talking about the cinematography
Don't
alone.
spoil. No spoilers though. No spoilers.
AKA big spoiler. I thought about my name after you said.
And I finished that last one as well. I'm caught up. AKA
big spoiler. I didn't want to give myself that, but I was like, yeah, he was right. I did fuck up, but I'm not gonna give anything away. But the shot, I mean, we have Andy Serkis, who was in Black Panther as the villain.
He's Gollum.
Yeah, he looks super they make him look, I don't know how to also explain him. He doesn't look like himself, but he does.
Yeah.
I'm used to seeing him with facial hair all the time, beard, but he doesn't have any. He looks super clean on the face.
He's kind of jacked.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it has just enough fight, it has just enough suspense, it has just enough thriller to all that to make you like jump.
Yeah.
The screenplay, whoever wrote it, I mean, Idris Elba is probably his best to me that I've seen since I can't even recall, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the last thing I was like, oh, Idris Elba was a man. Like
The Wire.
Yeah, let's take it back there. I'll even say that. This is his best performance since The Wire. That's how epic he was in this.
I wanted to real quick though. The guy Lance Reddick, the guy who was in The Wire and John Wick, passed away.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It's
Yeah.
sad. I know he was also in Midnight, another series.
He's only 60 too.
I know. I think he had heart disease problems, complications. But yeah, that's sad. But yeah, I mean, there's a jail scene. Crazy. Like, and then if you've watched Luther, the series, I guess, and which is weird because all of this series, there's 6 seasons and all of them have like 4 or 5 episodes. So it's not like a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, the UK does that. They only have like Sherlock was like that. They only have like 4 episodes a season. It's like an hour long.
Right. Yeah.
Which is, it's kind of awesome.
He's pretty much a character that's tied in between right and wrong. And like, imagine if Bruce Wayne was to do bad shit.
Yeah.
To get what he needed to get done.
He kind of does. He's a vigilante, He goes
True.
outside the law.
So he's not. But of course, this dude is a cop, right?
He might take it a little too far.
Yeah. So that's what the series Luther is kind of like. He's a cop and has to do whatever by any means necessary.
Yeah.
But in this movie, I guess that's exposed,
Yeah.
And so he's frowned upon.
Yeah.
But people look up to him like in the force. He's coppers. It's so funny when they say, they use terminologies like over there.
Blue
He's
lives
like,
matter.
I'm still a copper. I'm like, that's what they say over there. So that,
I'm a copper.
Yeah, exactly. Like, mom, I'm still that's what they call the head chief or whoever it may be, mom.
That's they do that in
any spy movie in Britain.
007.
That's who.
Mom.
It could be a guy.
Mom,
it could be a
I'm
female.
a copper.
Yeah. So
Isn't it, bro?
it's like, and you know how much
I
we
get a
love all that,
tea?
So it's like Idris Elba back in his element, not doing an American film.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh,
He's
okay,
like, I'm a copper, like Sherlock Holmes.
yeah. Oh, I mean, and him and Andy Serkis have like the best type of like relationship as criminal versus good guy.
Yeah, cat and mouse kind of shit.
Oh man, it's packed full. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes, and you know how I complain, but I'm not complaining about this one.
I didn't even complain once.
Not once. Every scene I was like this, just on this seat,
Edge of
like
your seat. Yeah.
waiting for it because it was that intense.
Yeah.
Even like the scenes where just like people die, you're like, how did they come up with this?
Okay.
That's how sophisticated it is when they like however they big bang this out for the last finale of Luther, because there's seasons of this was like how you do it. Like you make a bunch of movies. Like I wish Heroes would have did this. Like Heroes was so epic.
Yeah.
They needed to do a movie at the last one just to bang it off, top it off, let us get it out
that
of
show
there.
was so good and then so bad.
And then it fell off on like the last season.
That show was I love that show.
I think anybody that joined like heavy TV watching I think their first series were always Lost, Heroes, like Wire. It always has to be like Sopranos,
Yeah.
Entourage. It has to be some throwback to get
One Tree Hill.
Like
No, I'm kidding. I don't. You're the one who watched that show.
No, I didn't say. I said Dawson Creek. Don't put me with One Tree Hill. Come on, bro. Don't put that. Don't put that.
Oh yeah, Dawson Creek is so much
Put some
better.
respect on my name now. Like, you know, like, yeah, you know. Yo, Dawson Creek. You need to watch it. You need to just watch it and then judge for yourself, and then just watch the first season. You're not gonna lose it. You like Katie Holmes, right?
No, I don't like Katie Holmes.
I just thought you liked her as an actor. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
I only know her from the Batman.
Michelle, our girl Michelle from Shutter Island.
Yes.
She's in it.
Michelle Williams.
Yeah.
Okay. Now she's
Pacey, Joshua Jackson,
eh.
Mighty Ducks. Joshua Jackson? Come on, you know who Joshua Jackson is.
Oh,
Stoll.
here we go again.
I mean, I figure
Come on.
I
He's
don't
a
want
legend in this game.
He's not a
Joshua Jackson.
He is a legend. He is a legend
Come on, man.
For
Put some respect
Caucasian
on Joshua Jackson.
actors because he's that prolific. Yes, he's next to Paul Walker and all those type of people. Yes, you should know who he is. Joshua Jackson.
You know how many
should know who he is.
Caucasian actors there are?
Joshua Jackson. Who has that name though? That's like you should know. As soon as you see his face, you're gonna be like, oh,
Probably
shit.
10,000 people.
You're gonna be like, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Of course, I know. Of course, I'm Seth the Meth. I know who this person is. I should have known. Oh, me. But you did. You did. As soon as you recognize, I knew you were gonna know who he was. I'm like, you know who he is. He's like in everything.
He's got a black wife. Let's go.
Yo, give him a round of applause.
Let's go.
Let's Rocky's out here.
Woo!
Let's go. But he was in Skulls, remember?
I've never seen Skulls.
Oh.
Oh, he is in he's the
Mighty Ducks.
the main kid.
Yeah. Which is also classic.
I don't know what I gotta say, out of the Mighty Ducks like VHS cases, D3 just hit.
Was that when they went to the Olympics with Keenan? Was in that one?
Keenan's in the first one, isn't he?
I can't remember. I think he's not in the first one. The first one's just the OGs.
But remember that cover? How sick that
was.
That's just
Bombay.
God damn, that's sick. God,
Quack,
that
quack,
just,
quack, Mr. Duckworth. Quack,
what-
quack, quack.
He was in Cruel Intentions.
Ah, there we go. With our girl Buffy, the original Buffy vampire slayer.
Oh, he's in Scream 2.
Oh yeah, he was in that
Apparently
too.
he's in Ocean's 11. Who knew?
But you should know about him though.
Yeah. There's a lot of people I should know
Yeah,
about.
but this is Luther is a fucking power 4 smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Power 4?
Yeah. I haven't done one of those
Wait,
ever. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
What the hell is that?
You heard them all. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
they
yeah,
all
yeah,
hit.
yeah, yeah.
Smash.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
You
going
gotta get the
on?
yeah about that. There's nothing. What's going on? Nothing's going on. That's a Marvin Gaye song. What are you talking about?
What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, Andy Serkis. I mean, he looks completely different from when he was in Black Panther till now. Like it's like what happened? I'm like I don't know what happened.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to the. Yeah, that's all we got.
But we
There
have
we
the
go.
but we have the powers. That's all that matters. Is it's the power
What is it?
for
Okay, let's try it again.
smash. Yeah.
Smash, smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get the yeah.
Wow,
no.
that sounds okay. That's
Yeah,
a must
no,
watch.
it's up there.
All right, I got one more for you. The Old Man.
The Old Man.
Yes, this is. I think you would love this. It's on Hulu.
Let's go. I'm gonna watch it when
I
I
have
get home.
one episode left. It's
The Old
with
Man. Oh, that's what is that dude from
the dude,
The dude and
John
Grit,
Lithgow.
right? Was he in Grit?
True Grit.
True Grit. True Grit.
Man, I'm blanking out on his name right now, but John
Jeff
Lithgow.
Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Come on.
Amazing hair. And I know he
What's
was.
the one he had? Jonah Hex, right? Was he in Jonah? Was that him with the messed
He's
up
in
face?
R.I.P.D.
Yeah.
With
What
some-
was who else was in that?
Ryan Reynolds.
That
I
was
watched that
horrible.
recently.
That was on Netflix top recently.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why.
real bad.
Real bad.
And apparently there's a sequel.
There's a suit. Yeah.
with the guy from Burn Notice, which that's a great show. I don't care what
Remember
anybody
that
says.
USA? That was
Yes.
like, yo, that's a forced swiper.
Yeah.
That was a forced swiper. Yeah, Bird
Bruce
Notice.
Campbell. Like, come on.
Let's
that
go.
show's fucking
that
fire.
was. No, I agree. I'm not. USA had some hits, bro.
Yeah,
Let's stop
for
playing.
Sure. Meghan
Yeah.
Merkel
Yep.
was Suits. She was responsible,
Suits,
or
yeah.
they're responsible for her marrying Harry and ruining and killing the Queen. It's all because of USA.
Yeah.
USA. USA. It was all like a fucking psyop. Holy shit. We just put this together
Yeah, we did.
on the pod
Welcome
to kill the
pod.
Queen.
Yeah, we did.
God damn it. And,
Yeah, the old man looks
Wow.
good though. No,
Incredible.
it does look good.
yeah, no, it's great. And it also has
The fight scenes are good.
yes, really good.
That's all I need to know.
And it starts really strong. The first episode's got some really good fight scenes. He's got two badass Dobermans. It's shot
It's like an
very
older John
well.
Wick.
Yes, exactly. But it's got Aaliyah Shawkat. I've never said her name out loud, but maybe from Arrested Development.
Yep, that's her.
Yeah, and then Amy Brenneman.
Yeah.
Who
got it
kind
right.
of joins him along the ride. She is so recognizable, but I'm looking. She was in Judging Amy.
She was in Fear too, with Mark Wahlberg and
She was in that.
yep.
I don't know who she was because wasn't it? What's her name?
She was in Heat too. Ooh, old throwback.
Oh, she is in Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's that.
that's who Robert De Niro is fucking.
Yeah.
with. Oh, that's so funny because I'm like, ain't the left? I don't know. She's like one of those people I'm face blind with because she looks like so kind of generic. She's pretty, but she's just a white brunette woman. I don't know, but she's great in it. Her storyline's a little weird, but John Lithgow's awesome in it. And then there's this guy Bill Heck who plays what's his name? Jeff Bridges as like younger. It's kind of funny looking at him because it's like, I don't know. Jeff Bridges to me is so recognizable.
Yeah, he's
it's
so-
hard to
yeah.
like be like, this is him when he was young. But I'll take that over them, de-aging, which they've already done in Tron, if you remember that. One other notable person in it, I'm trying to find her, but she's actually the mom in Rami. She plays Jeff Bridges' wife who passed away, and so there's like some flashbacks with her. But she's awesome. I'm glad that she's doing other things besides Rami because she's an amazing actress, and it's cool to see her not play Rami's mom.
Yeah.
because Rami's mom is.
What
like,
is John Lithgow doing in this movie? Lithgow.
He works for like the CIA.
Such a throwback actor. It's like how old?
Well,
is
it's
this
funny
dude?
because I started
Harry and the
watching,
Hendersons. Remember that?
Hell yeah. I referenced that with that We Have a Ghost. But there's a show out right now, man. I'm blanking out on HBO. Perry Mason and John Lithgow. I was watching the catch up, and he's in the first season of Perry Mason.
Okay.
The second season just dropped on that. I found it very boring. I just feel like they waited
I
too
found
long.
it very boring.
It just wasn't. I don't know. The first season was good, but it came out like 3 years ago. It's just weird when you come out with a second season that late.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'll watch that. And
It's got a 7.6 on IMDb though. That shit.
The Old Man.
Yeah.
No, it's
High ass rating.
I think you would like it.
97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. The action's like coordination is really good, and like the sets and stuff. Like they spent money on this show.
Okay.
And it's just crazy to me that it kind of just like fell through the cracks somehow.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
remember seeing it on Hulu previewing it. They were
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
it for a little bit, but not like.
Yeah, just for some reason didn't look
Yeah.
like appetizing, but he is like an old John Wick. He's that guy.
Okay.
He's like an insane sniper. And he like helped fucking like disrupt like a whole like nation and stuff, doing like,
Underground work and
CIA
shit.
type shit. And it's all kind of coming back to haunt him.
I like the plot already.
Yeah.
Sounds like an old CIA plot.
Yeah.
All movies I watch anyway.
And to me, what's cool about the show is I feel like it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So
Okay.
I have one
No, I'm
episode
gonna watch
left.
this. I'm gonna
There
watch this.
is,
No.
I believe there's 7 episodes.
Yeah.
Check it
I'll
out.
probably watch all this before next pod. 'Cause
Yeah,
they only have 7.
it's dope.
Yeah.
It's dope. And then I believe Succession comes out this coming Sunday, I'm pretty sure, which I'm hyped on that. That's my new shit. I mean, that's my current show. We're kind of still in between some shows. I'm ready for Yellow Jackets to come out. Still watching Shrinking, last episode of the seasons this week, as well as Hello Tomorrow. What?
I think Donald Trump got arrested. Maybe.
He said he was going to get arrested today. Did it really happen?
I don't know. This might be fake news, but look at that.
Was just arrested by New York.
That looks fake, right?
It's butt crack sports. Butt crack sports.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we can. I guarantee we can find out before the end of this episode, and it'll be late news by the time we drop. But yeah. Fuck it. We will let you know in 10 seconds.
But if anything, I haven't been watching Mando since the first episode.
I watched the newest episode last night.
Yeah.
Oh no, the second, third episode are pretty cool. Yeah.
That first one kind of was like, damn.
Oh no, I completely agree.
I'm not. Now I'm just gonna wait.
No, it kind of killed the vibe.
It did. That's what I was like. Now I'm just gonna wait. At first I was like, I'm gonna watch every episode once they come out. But now I'm like, that first one threw me, and I was like,
Hold on, I gotta pee. Let me go pee.
Yeah.
Y'all get to watch me walk away. All right, Dana, can you just press this button?
Press what button?
Press pad number this one right here.
This right here's a
That's it. Now you made me do the wrong one.
And that's the show. See you next time.